The August Symphonic Power of a Blonic to heal steel medical bill drill harmonics. Silver sonnets from the Bonuysian bonnets. I leave a whole sleeve down in Condoleezza's comments. Welcome to another review by the riveting rap guy himself, and today we're going to be looking at the new Lupe Fiasco album, Drill Music in Zion. This is Lupe's 8th studio album, his second release as an independent artist, and it's all produced by longtime collaborator Soundtrack. Lupe has always impressed me with his rapping ability. His use of creative metaphors, analogies, and mastery of storytelling make him exceptional at his craft. He is typically one of the more conceptual artists in rap music today, and Drill Music in Zion is certainly no exception. A lot of the tracks can be seen as distinct concepts with some dots connecting here and there. Lupe still has a lot to say regarding social and political issues, and we catch a glimpse of his thoughts and feelings, which includes putting our faith in the wrong things, the current state of art and how it's digested, and violence in African American communities. All of these are conveyed with his perplexing lyrical style that is often cryptic. He always seems to have obscure references or unique word choices up his sleeve, which keep things interesting yet confusing at times. Soundtrack's contribution is noteworthy, and he comes through with some jazzy boom bap instrumentals that sound elegant at times, as well as some more laid back production that allows the listener to focus on what Lupe has to say. The album starts off with a powerful spoken word piece delivered by Lupe's sister, who starts off by criticizing the violence in rap music. She paints a grim picture regarding African American violence and how it has essentially become a part of the culture due to ongoing systematic oppression. The sentiment that the African American community needs to find the Zion or kingdom of heaven within themselves was very touching, and the incorporation of religious themes and vocabulary made the introduction very impactful. We get a taste of what Lupe has to offer on the second track, Fish, which is named after a fake word that displays how English letter combinations are inconsistent. We get a solid boom bap instrumental with pretty light guitar playing alongside some horns that are reminiscent of being called to action. It doesn't take long for Lupe to remind us how sharp his pen game is, and we are given some impeccable lyricism and rhyme patterns off the bat. I was also quickly reminded of how challenging it can be to follow along with what Lupe is trying to convey. At times, listening to him rap can be dizzying, and his intelligent vocabulary and rhyme patterns are reminiscent of artists like Aesop Rock or MF Doom. There is a similar energy on the title track, and it is by far my most favorite song on the album. I love how prominent and fat the drums are throughout this thing, and I can't get enough of the angelic sounding piano. Even though I can't keep up with a lot of the stuff Lupe is saying, songs like this are still entertaining, and I personally enjoy the process of deciphering lyrics. But not everyone is nerdy and is reading Genius annotations like I am. The track Autobotto has Lupe rapping over an upbeat flamenco sounding instrumental while he likens himself to a transformer that turns into a Porsche Carrera. In the same chorus, he also says that he can defend himself in court. I'm not sure what Lupe's legal history is like or how familiar he is with the legal system, but I wouldn't be surprised if he actually tries this at one point. We get some intricate bars here and there, but the chorus dominates throughout most of the song, and it does get repetitive fairly quickly. I think it could have been shorter or utilized less frequently. I also felt the outro with the female vocals wasn't necessary, and the song could have ended without it. Lupe raps over a very jazz-inspired beat on Naomi, and I think this is a highlight for me production-wise. The drums, horns, and piano all come together very nicely, and Lupe effortlessly does his thing. The song Seattle is a little more laid back and almost has a lo-fi inspired instrumental. Although the beat is a little low-key for my liking, we get some lyrical moments, and he comes through with some dense and impressive internal rhymes at one point. It does feel like Lupe is having fun crafting intricate bars that touch on important topics, but there are a handful of moments where his songs are driven by creative concepts that go way deeper into topics he's been pondering. In the song Kiosk, Lupe takes the role of a kiosk owner who sells fake jewelry and convinces others that buying this fake jewelry can make them feel better about themselves and improve their self-image. Lupe then rapped from his own perspective and refers back to when he bought jewelry in the past, and that buying into phony ideologies is distractive as well as destructive. The beat isn't attention grabbing, but this allows the listener to focus more on what Lupe is trying to get across. Precious Things is an interesting moment about all of the misdeeds we do with our hands, even though they are deemed to be precious tools that can be used for good. There are some clever moments that come out of referring to all of the gestures and actions, but I can't say I was expecting to hear a song about hands on this album. The third verse appears to allude to Atlantic Records taking advantage of Lupe's hands or his ability to write, which may explain why he's been independent the last few years. The song showcases Lupe's creativity and ability to stick with a theme, although I felt the beat was slightly too gleeful, and it's probably my least favorite instrumental on the album. We also get the third and final installment of the Mural series, which is titled Miss Mural this time around, which is a story about a passionate painter and a patron who wants to understand the logic behind the art. Lupe appears to express his feelings and frustrations through the painter, who provides commentary on how art is created and consumed, as well as the frustrations that come with dealing with patrons who try to categorize them. Once again, this could be interpreted as a reference to Atlantic Records, or signing to major labels in general. There is some top-notch storytelling and lyrics on this song, and I feel it is worthy of the Mural title it's been given. The closing track on the album, On Phonem, has one of the most powerful moments on the album in the first verse, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already heard it. The second verse's reflection on the first verse makes this moment even more impactful as Lupe raps about the unnecessary violence in rap music and how so many artists have died as a result of gun violence. On the chorus, he sings about wishing that rappers were lying about wanting to kill each other and really dials back the vocabulary while he is rapping to make sure his message gets across to everyone. Overall, it is very refreshing to get a new Lupe Fiasco album, especially since I am a fan of lyricism and I really enjoy dissecting lyrics. I think going above and beyond in writing rap music hasn't been apparent in today's landscape, and Lupe does an excellent job reminding us how deep and intellectual rap music can be. Although he is cryptic a lot of the time, Lupe does an excellent job creating stories and visuals that you can fall into. This gives the listeners some food for thought that Lupe frequently presents on his albums. When his lyrics are overly convoluted, I feel that he struggles to balance between keeping his lyrics complex while being able to convey the message to the listener. Then again, this feeling of having so much packed into a song and discovering new and impressive moments time after time contributes to longevity in a lot of rap music. I wasn't a huge fan of Autobotto or Precious Things, but both of those songs still have impressive qualities to them. Soundtrack's production is awesome for the most part. He seems to be in sync with Lupe, and I think they both do a good job of balancing where the attention goes. I thought this was a solid project, and it's albums like this that remind me how much I love rap music. I would give this album an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.